Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise here, and corporate retail policy as it extends to the virtual marketplace is not something that I'm going to be talking about today. Are you kidding? I just got back from the GAMA trade show and I am super excited to start talking about some of the new games coming out this year that were previewed at the show. For example, the first game that I noticed getting a lot of buzz there, both from those in attendance at the show and from those following along online, was Star Trek Panic. Now, as many of you already know, I am a big fan of panicking. So this game sounded like something that was right up my alley. Star Trek Panic, published by Fireside Games, is the next iteration in their Panic series, which started with Castle Panic and continued with Dead Panic. Now, this series is one of the closest representations of an electronic castle defense game that I've seen in board games. The premise is that the players control a structure in the center of the board, while enemies continually advance from the outer fringes, marching ever closer and closer towards the player's central sanctuary. And players win if they defeat all of the encroaching enemies before those enemies do the same to them. Star Trek Panic seemed to catch a lot of people's attention, not only because it's licensed off the classic television sci-fi programming, but because it appears to be more than just a reskinning of the previous titles in the Panic line. This one adds several new features and missions and options to the game, including a sense of movement, because players can maneuver and pilot the ship, allowing them to dodge incoming attacks or strategically take damage on the ship where they're least vulnerable. Additionally, since the enemies are now heavily armored incoming warships that are shooting missiles right at you instead of being lumbering orcs and zombies, players may have to start making tactical decisions to survive much sooner than in previous titles. So, all of those new features, combined with an actual 3D representation of your shields and the Enterprise itself, including damaged parts to apply to the ship as it takes hits, all of that really intrigued me. And this is definitely a game that I'm planning on seeking out when it's released, which is currently scheduled to be around May 2016. So, what other games did I discover at the trade show that caught my attention? Well, join me next time when I'll continue the list of my top games from GAMA 2016. Marching ever closer and closer towards the players. Now, I don't think anyone will notice that.